I'm just going to show a different technique for factorising a cubic. It's essentially the same technique but a different layout. So this is our question. F of x equals x cubed plus 7x squared minus 14x minus 48. And we've been told that x equals minus 8 is a root of fx. We need to find the other two roots. As we've been told that x equals minus 8 is a root, we know that one factor is x plus 8. Okay, we know that. We also know, as we did from the previous videos, that our other factor will be something x squared. Okay, we don't know what the rest of it is. There's going to be some x's in there and a constant, but we don't know the coefficients yet. So rather than equating coefficients like we did last time, we're just going to lay this out slightly differently. So I'm going to put my x and my plus 8 here, and I'm basically going to create a multiplication grid. So I know I've got x squared, some number of x's, don't know how many yet, and some constant. But again, I don't know what that constant is yet, so I'm going to leave it blank. Okay, so looking at this, I know that x times x squared gives me x cubed. I know from the question I only want one lot of x cubed, so there's no coefficient here. If this were, say, a 2x cubed, I know that that would need to be a 2 to make this work. Okay, so as it's a multiplication grid, I know that that's just one lot of x squared now. I can put in that this will be 8x squared. X squared times positive 8. Okay, now we can do the rest of this multiplication. So I know that when I add up my multiplication grid, I must end up with 7x squared. I've already got 8x squared here. So what I have here must be a minus x squared. What have I had to multiply x by to get minus x squared? I've had to multiply it by minus x. So that's where I get this coefficient from. That must be a minus x. Similarly, down here, I can now see that I'm going to have a minus 8x, multiplying those, and then I apply the same process. I know that I'm going to have a constant here. I want to have minus 14x. I've already got minus 8x, so I need another minus 6x. So this here must be minus 6. Okay, now all I need to do is fill this in, and this one here is my free check. Minus 6 times positive 8 is minus 48. That's the only square where I can get a constant. If that is the constant I'm looking for, I know I've done it correctly. Therefore, I know that this is factorised, and I know that my two factors are x plus 8 and x squared minus x minus 6. Now all that remains to fully factorise f of x is to factorise this quadratic, x plus 8. That's going to be x minus 3, x plus 2. I want to find the roots, so I just set that to 0, and I say that x equals minus 8, the one I already knew, and the 2 that I've just found. X is 3, or negative 2. I've got all three of my solutions. That's just a slightly different layout to help us equate the coefficient.